Hey, got another one for you coming up. But before we get into the show, there's something I want to let you guys know. February 9th, 2020, Meteor Base Productions is hosting a Use Your Voice concert. This is voter registration concert, okay? It's very important. I voted by absentee ballot last year, and I still went in to make sure my vote was cast. It is very important that we all vote. Especially with this coming election, we gotta get rid of this walking human queef. And that said, there's so many playlists we have. We have the Purple Pride playlist, featuring actually one of our artists, one of our guests today, Admiral Fox. You'll get to that in a second. But yeah, let's get to the show. Now pause. I was making my own way, or so I thought, surfing couches alone. Hello and welcome back to another Fab.
Hey y'all.
I'm Aria. I'm Mizu.
Oh, shit.
This is Aria.
Hi guys, I'm Aria.
And we have our very first guest for
I'm so excited.
our main podcast.
Woo!
We have the Admiral himself, Admiral Fox in.
What's up? You can call me Dan though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dan.
What's up?
Not much.
It's my
Really
nasally ass voice.
Don't worry. How's your week been?
It's been good. So far so good, yeah.
How's your week been, hon? Other than today.
It's been pretty decent. You know, just work. I had work over the weekends, and it was just we're talking about Rubberball, which is coming up in April, which is one of the biggest fetish parties in the entire Midwest.
Word. I'm
really
not looking forward to that because I'm not going.
I know you're not going.
I can't do latex.
You don't have to wear latex.
Are you allergic or is it just like a tightness thing?
It's just a tightness thing. I have some fat kid issues still.
Oh.
And latex is supposed to be good for that.
I'm like really excited because I'm gonna get a dress, and so I have to wait to see what our theme is as a store, what we're gonna wear, and then I'm gonna get it. They're expensive too, so I have to like hope to see if I can do a payment plan.
Wow, really? How expensive are they?
They can, because we get all our shit from Europe, because that's where all the main scenes are. It can be up to about $500.
Really? I did not know any of that.
Yeah, it's like the kilt that I got was it just under 200?
Yeah, because all of our shit's handmade. We're a slow fashion store essentially.
Cool.
We're not like, H&M is like what they call fast fashion. It's like we get the shit in and it will stay there for a couple months. Like it's not one of the things that we get like a lot of new stuff with at times because of how long it takes. But
I'm learning a lot of stuff right now.
I don't know. Things have been interesting and fun. I mean, other than guests canceling on me, which that's a little disappointing, but at the same time, it's like patience is a virtue, and
There's so many artists in this scene, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And I just gotta keep throwing shit at the wall until it sticks.
Right.
I mean, that's been my methodology since 2006 on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
You've been doing this since 2006.
I've been doing this since my junior year of high school.
God damn, it's more than 10 years.
I mean, I started with just basic AMVs.
I don't know what that is.
Anime music videos.
Oh.
So it's just editing together like Naruto fight scenes to Evanescence.
Do those still exist? Are they still up?
They're still
Still fun.
Really?
Some.
Really?
Yeah, you have
Gotta
to
go to like Mizu AMVs.youtube.com and find all the videos.
I mean,
Are they unlisted? You have them unlisted.
no, they're listed. They're even on my page. Like, because this is technically my second YouTube channel. Because my first one I stupidly sold to Disney. I am technically owned by Maker Studio.
Oh.
Except for I didn't produce enough content to actually get paid
cool.
for it. So yeah, they let me go.
Yeah.
They let me go.
Disney.
Whatever,
Screw
Disney.
Well, it was like we moved in here. We moved into this house and my camera stopped working.
Your new camera?
Well, no.
Like a Kickstarter.
I got a camera.
Well, no, the camera I was using though for my old YouTube, because this is like 2008, was a PlayStation 2 iToys.
It was like super low fi.
Super low.
PlayStation 2.
Wow.
The That was when like having like a web camera was like cutting edge.
Yes.
And it was like separate from your computer.
Yeah, now you can get a camera a webcam that films in 1080.
Yeah. Now we have cameras that never turn off, just in our pockets. You know?
It's so weird.
Isn't that fucking weird? Yeah.
That's such like I would never thought I'd live that back in the 90s.
What?
It's like one of those things where it's like, dude, I am in the future. Like it doesn't feel it, but yeah.
That's how I know I'm in the future, because of like a surveillance state.
Exactly.
Just this dystopian society I live in.
Big Brother is real.
No shit.
And
I can't believe. Oh my god.
No,
It's
no,
like freaked me out to like. Oh, go ahead.
No, the funny thing is about Big Brother is that so many of us just volunteer information about ourselves.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. Like fucking like Facebook and all that. We're like, yeah, I'm 12 years old. I'll just tell you all the stuff about my life. I don't care.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they definitely took advantage of young kids. Like, that's the thing with Facebook.
Well,
they took advantage of our young
No,
age.
they didn't take advantage. They blatantly ignored laws about targeting or
I
minor
know,
information.
but not only, it's not just that though. It's like they were initially targeting college students. You know, what's that it's gonna go to a lower age. So I got mine in high school. You know, it's not like they really.
Yeah, no.
Like they definitely took advantage of a very immature.
Yeah, like when
section of the
when they lowered the age, I remember that was like a huge deal.
Yeah, the 13. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember it was a big deal that because when Facebook was, first started, I was taking PSEO classes, so I had a college email. And so
Yeah.
I used my email to sign over Facebook, and then like a month later, oh, anyone can sign up.
Dude, I didn't even want a Facebook at first. My friend who wanted me on Facebook held back homework information.
Either, but
So I had to
She
make
like wouldn't give you homework information.
Yeah, so I had to make a
outside of
Facebook.
That's fucked up.
And so to get the information, because she's like, I want you to go on there. And I'm like,
Yeah,
fine.
it's just like blatant, like.
But now I use it all the time.
Well, yeah. Especially like as a musician,
Yeah.
like Facebook is huge music promoting.
well,
Also,
yeah,
small
it's like-
businesses too. Like we use it a ton at my work.
it's
Like,
like
people in the band like hate Facebook, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? In my band, and we have all of these like long kind of conversations like we're having right now. Like, man, I hate Facebook. I hate Mark Zuckerberg. I hate all of this like stuff, getting all this information, but I have to use it
Exactly.
because no one's gonna know about our shows or anything if we don't.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like how are we gonna promote our music?
Yeah.
You know, but not have to worry about paying for it.
No.
You know, and, that
And
sort
then
of
it's like,
stuff.
I use Instagram, which is owned by Facebook. God damn it, you know, like you can't win.
And then they own Oculus.
They own Oculus?
They own Oculus.
Since when?
since about 2015,
15, I think. Yeah, 15.
14.
Are you ready for the VR boom that's about to happen?
It's already happening. It's just like now they made the Oculus Go, so instead of having to have a computer with it, it's built in. And the only difference is it's not as powerful as like a computer VR.
Take my hand, we're going down to the water.
What is this?
Sounds cold.
Yeah, this is another local artist.
Take my hand,
My computer's being slow and stupid right now.
to the water.
I'm being dumb.
Well, you shouldn't open so many tabs. It's running the RAM.
What's the story with the tabs? What are you doing?
just followed all of my
You just got a lot of browsing?
No, he just does that. He'll like
Okay.
open music, and then like think about like, oh, I'll save this for later, and then open 4 more tabs.
Well,
Just in
the
case.
issue is that I'm still getting used to this Chromebook. The Chromebook, it's a gift. It was a gift from who I'm going to call my phantom producer. It's actually my therapist. He put me in contact with people with this church group, and they got me this laptop for no money.
You know what really sucks? Netflix is gonna have Studio Ghibli films, but they're not gonna be streaming in the US.
They're not?
No, in Japan. I'm not happy about it.
Well, first of all, now I'm pissed off about all the articles that are like, don't freak out, but every Studio Ghibli film is on Netflix.
Well, the thing is, they're all going to be on HBO Go.
That's true. The Max.
Max. So yeah, keep it at
I
an angle.
I totally thought that it was just on Netflix.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm gonna watch Kiki's Delivery Service right after this.
I love
can't.
Kiki's
I have it on VHS.
Oh, I think my family does. I mean, that was like.
I absolutely love Kiki's Delivery Service. It's like it has a chunk just below the M.
Right here is a little.
Oh, I didn't see it. I was like, why is it not?
Sorry, I didn't explain shit.
I like for what I'm so like bong illiterate. I'm so bad at bong. I can smoke out of other stuff. No, it's okay, but like.
I could have grabbed her, but I'm not gonna use Felicia unless someone actually requests Felicia.
But yeah, no. So I was like really upset because I had heard about it. I heard about it coming, so I really wanted to watch Princess Mononoke, even though I have it on DVD. But I was like, it'd be really nice to see it in a streaming, and now I'm not gonna see it.
I mean, that's cool. I'm not on board with that. I'm just watching it on streaming because it's like if I had it on DVD, and that's one of the things. Princess Mononoke hasn't had not Mononoke. Kiki's Delivery Service hasn't had like.
It's on Blu-ray.
It's on Blu-ray?
Yeah, it's on Blu-ray. Disney released it.
I thought they released it, but I thought it wasn't the original voice cast. I thought they recast it.
No, they remastered it.
Yeah, because I have the VHS, which has Phil Hartman, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Classic dub.
Yes.
It got Kirsten Dunst.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I like the original Kiki's.
I love it
I think
because
Kiki was my first Studio Ghibli
Oh, really?
film.
it was probably my third or fourth.
My first was Princess Mononoke. My dad was like, here, this is a cool movie.
Well, I remember,
And he didn't realize how adult it was.
like, I remember watching the
Oh, super
original
good.
Totoro in Japanese as a kid. Like,
That's awesome.
like,
Totoro's really good.
Totoro and Kiki were like.
They're really beautiful.
Those were my first two, I think. Those would have been my first exposure to like anime. Period.
Kiki is dope because it's just a slice of life about a witch who makes deliveries.
It's so good.
There's no grand thread. I love
I,
it.
I also like the fact it's at that one
YouTube
disaster
Music.
of the
We have official
the
songs
original
and full albums by your
what's it,
favorite
whatever that
artists.
thing's called.
I-
And
I-
that's
New
so
music
cool.
streaming app.
No, it's
Made
the
by
Ant-Man
YouTube.
of anime.
Download
It's
YouTube
Yeah.
Studio
and
Ghibli.
get
It's
it
the
for
Ant-Man of
free.
Studio Ghibli. It's just a smaller film in this grand, big world.
Yeah.
Wake up in my bed.
That's good.
That's a good.
That's apps.
Yes.
I still feel like she should have been able to talk to her cat at the end, where she tries to talk to him and she still can't.
Yeah.
That like just makes my heart so sad.
Yeah, that's
I know
true.
it's because she like came of age and she's she doesn't need him anymore or whatever.
Yeah.
It's still so sad though.
No, it's that whole like thing of like growing up and
And
yeah, it's
Ghibli always
definitely-
does growing up well.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's really good coming of age.
I don't know. Spirited Away though is his masterpiece, so that one's probably.
I'm sorry.
That was really awesome.
I have differing opinions on.
Ooh, hot takes about Spirited Away.
Spirited Away is awesome.
I hate it, but I hate it mostly because of Cartoon Network would play it Saturdays and interrupt Saturday Toonami.
You hate Spirited Away?
I'm
you
more
hate
annoyed
it?
by it.
It's like I could see. I thought you were just gonna be like, I just don't like it as much as everyone else, but you hate it.
It's just one of those movies. It's just like, you're ruining. You're
'Cause it's, like,
on,
overplayed,
and
or?
I'm not watching Teen Titans. I'm not watching Zash Bell.
You'd
Zatch
rather
Bell
watch.
sucked as an anime, especially as the fucking dub. You're pissed off that you weren't watching
You-
Zatch Bell?
You hate Spirited Away.
How are you my
But you don't
boyfriend?
hate Zatch Bell?
Okay, so
What kind of podcast is this? Hold on a second.
Man.
Now I see why everyone's canceling on you, Mizu. This is bullshit.
No shit.
okay, Zash Bell's probably a bad example.
Exactly.
But it's just that general Saturday Toonami. It could have
Teen
been
Titans was great.
Mm.
I'm not gonna
Blue
diss
Gender.
Teen
Maybe it was something like that. But there was just the general, just them interrupting Saturday Toonami for this fucking Miyazaki movie I've seen 1,000 times, but yet forgetting about all my favorite Miyazaki movies.
I don't know. I just
It's
like how detailed that movie is. It's just mind-boggling.
Yes, they're all greatly
I've only seen
detailed.
it once.
Oh,
And it was
really?
a long time ago, so my memory of it is not like super sharp. But like, it was cool. I got to see it in like a theater, so it was like very like
That's where I saw it.
Huge, yeah.
But
And
you know
it's
what?
out in the IMAX, and it was
When it
just
comes
like,
to these Studio
awesome.
Ghibli films,
Mm.
there's a thing called VPNs.
I know,
That's
but then you have
true.
to pay for it.
And
I guess I'm mostly upset about, like, you guys have seen the articles, like, every Studio Ghibli movie is on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I'm lazy and don't read the article. I just look at the headline because I suck. And, like, I just thought I could just watch any Studio Ghibli movie I wanted, like, right now. I'm really upset about that.
It's
And I could get a VPN, but I don't really know how to do that, and I'm lazy, so I'm not going to do it.
Well, there's NordVPN.
yeah, but again, you have to like you have to pay for it.
Yes,
though.
yes, you do have to pay. And back
But
when I was in
NordVPN
high
is the
school,
best.
I didn't need a VPN because I was playing the .hack MMO,
Oh.
and that was Japanese only servers.
Yes.
Yes, weeaboo me with my 2 years of Japanese 1 was playing the Japanese MMO.
Okay.
So who all is on this playlist? Is it, like, a bunch of meteor-based people? Or is it,
It's
like, a lot of people?
the beginning of it is mostly meteor-based people.
Okay, cool.
I am gonna switch over before we start getting to more bigger artists like.
I mean,
Rhyme
keep playing the
Sayers.
meteor bass, you know?
I do.
Yeah.
I really like it, and I think, and there's a problem because I haven't really mixed it up too much. I've been busy, but it's like the whole Scandalips album is just like right in the front.
Yeah, I'm noticing. I'm getting every Scandalips song. It's good though. It's a
But
good
it's
album.
like, I mean, I really do adore their music. Like, they are really great.
Yeah,
It's
it was cool, like, kind of meeting the Scandalips and seeing them start as, to me, I thought that they were starting as, like, this acoustic, like, duo.
Yeah,
And then they had this whole other side to their music that was, like, synth-based, and I didn't know at the time, but they had, like, already released music as, like, this kind of, like, more synthy sound. So it was cool to, like, watch them shift from this, like, acoustic duo into more, like, electronic music.
yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed their set at the Artist Networking night.
Yeah.
Because it was really dope to hear them with the backing tracks, so it was more traditional pop.
Yeah.
But then hear them with the accompanying guitarist was really dope.
Yeah, Tim.
Tim,
Fucking
yeah.
love Tim.
Tim
Shout
is
out
a
to
really
Tim,
cool
man.
dude.
Tim
Yeah.
is the glue holding the Scandalips together. Probably not really, but I love Tim so much. So shout out to you, Tim.
Yeah, no, they're really awesome. I hope I can still get them in. Hopefully after this interview.
Who else did you reach out to?
I haven't gotten back to Lester and
Oh yeah.
Bennett.
Yeah. Excelsior.
Excelsior.
Yeah.
Excelsior.
Excelsior.
True believers. Excelsior is coming. They will be in here, but they're kind of they're actual band. So I'm thinking I might try to get maybe like 2 of them at a time. Maybe have flexible schedules, work around. But
I should have brought more of my band in here.
Yeah,
We're a
feel
band,
free.
man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of wanted you to, but I
Yeah.
didn't know how to propose that.
Oh, you should have just asked. I don't know why I didn't even think of it. I was just like, I don't know. I was just like, he reached out to me. I'll just come. I should have brought more people.
Yeah.
Well, we can always do it another time.
Yeah, we can definitely always
Bring-
get you back
bring that
in.
in.
have
Yeah.
a
Always just
retake.
never worry about how to ask me anything. Just ask.
Yeah.
So, how did you get into music? How did this whole start?
Well, I started like playing music, like playing guitar when I was like 17. My mom got me a guitar. Before that, she tried to like give me piano lessons, and I was not interested, which I regret now because
Yeah.
I wish I could play piano like, really well, which I would be able to if I had stayed with it, but whatever. I started playing guitar when I was like 17, and like immediately started like recording songs on like GarageBand and just showing everyone, and they were all really shitty. They were terrible. But
Don't feel
Yeah.
too bad because I mean I've been in music forever and I've been signed and dropped from the group and then the group got dropped from the label.
Oh shit. Yeah, shit like that just happens.
Like,
Like,
I mean, I've released some very subpar mixtapes. Very, very subpar.
I'm sure they're
very
not that
unpolished.
subpar. I would love to hear
The
music
last
mixtape.
ones were complete jokes. I was quite manic at the time.
Do you still record music?
I'm working on stuff.
Cool.
I'm always working on music. I'm working on getting some licensing cleared for a mixtape. I'm trying to put together a 420 somewhere physical CDs that I can sell.
Hell yeah. You
That'd be
should definitely do that. That would be really cool.
It's like, I mean, but most of my, that's the thing, is like most of my followers came off of the 420 somewhere playlist. And
I love that fact that your playlist was just so good. You got all these YouTube followers.
Well, it was like, it's mostly like technicians, so like Strange Music, Tech 9 fans, because a lot of, like, it was mostly like my very, like, I have 5, 6 different, like, Tech 9, Strange Music exclusive stations.
Okay, cool.
And because I'm hardcore technician.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He definitely is.
It's like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Tech 9. Like, he's not a bad rapper, but it's like
you don't have the connection that I have with him. Because it's like freshman year of high school, life sucked for me because I was going to Wayzata High School. So I was busing from North Minneapolis to Wayzata.
Yeah.
And Tech 9, like, I caught his music late night. I used to switch between Adult Swim and BET Uncut. I miss BET Uncut.
That was a good show.
Like, because it was just all these adult X-rated videos, and I saw his video for I'ma Tell. And that instantly became my strongest connection to my home state.
Nice.
But yeah, no. So I have a strong connection with Tech 9, but I've released quite a bit of music over the years.
Yeah, and I just have all those
if
things, like,
people dig on MySpace. Sorry, don't mean to interrupt.
No, that's alright. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No.
It's a stoner thing.
I know, we're right there where it's like, what were
We're
you saying?
there.
Oh, do you want to talk? I'll talk. It's fine. Yeah, you know? But, yeah, no, like you were saying, I just have all of this, like, back catalog of, like, really shitty stuff.
I'm sure it's not horrible.
But,
like,
no, I don't, and it's like, but that was, like, how I, like, taught myself how to, like, play guitar.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Because I didn't, like, I was
That's how
too,
you
like,
do it.
awkward and introverted to get, like, guitar lessons from, like, another human, you know? So I had to just, like, Google things.
Yeah, don't feel too bad, because when it comes to me and my guitar, I know basic 3-chord progression for fucking shitty punk songs, because I was in shitty pop punk bands all through high school and middle school.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Cool.
I have a passion for music. It's definitely part of my blood. I'll show you it, like, after the podcast, but
No, you gotta play it on the podcast. That's what you gotta do. That's what the followers want. The true believers. They want to hear Mizu.
If I can find the MySpace, I have to dig for the MySpace tracks.
I mean, I wasn't in somewhat of a band in high school, but like my
You guys
music.
are cool and in bands. I wasn't in a band.
It wasn't really a band; it was an acoustic duo.
I don't think I was ever cool.
And I was not cool at a performance arts high school. So like, which is just
That
cool.
in and of itself is cool. You were there.
Well, yeah, I wanted to be an actor when I grew up, so I went to the St. Paul Conservatory for Performing Artists.
Cool. Very cool.
It's just, yeah.
I always wonder if I should go to like a conservatory or stuff, you know.
You know, it always depends, you know, because like some people can, really benefit it. Other people don't like and don't really like the atmosphere.
Well, yeah, I've seen
know,
people
it's-
thrive and prosper and just blossom in those environments.
And there are people that don't. You know, it just
who
kind of
can't
depends
take the pressure.
on how you do it. Like I was a decent actor, but life threw me a bunch of stuff. So now I'm kind of going on a different track than I initially thought of. But I don't regret my experience.
No, yeah.
But
So where are you from?
I'm from Philadelphia originally.
wow.
Yeah, Philly. Well, a suburb of Philly.
Okay.
Not really Philadelphia.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's less than an hour away from my hometown. Then I am here now. Yeah, the thing is, I never was part of the music scene there. You know, I just went to spent my development there, and then I like didn't really get into like live music until I moved here.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like,
Yeah. But I ended up
sorry,
like
not crazy. I'm distracted. But
You're rude.
nuts.
But that's really cool. No, Philadelphia. I've yet to go to that state. I've been to the East Coast.
The East Coast is dope. I really like the Midwest though.
Yeah.
I feel like the East Coast, and I love my East Coast people, but in general, people on the East Coast can be like really mean to you.
Yeah, no.
Which I don't like.
My mom, when we moved to Virginia when I was like 4, and my mom was like, yeah, like I ended up leaving because everyone there is just not that nice as Midwestern people are.
No, Midwestern people are really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just had to,
well,
So I went to school in Iowa, which was my first like Midwest kind of experience. And in Iowa City though, which is a cool place. Okay. Iowa City, Iowa.
Iowa City, Iowa.
I can't speak for the rest of the state.
well, I'm just saying from just what I've heard about Iowa, because I've had a lot of friends who from high school who went to college out there.
Oh yeah.
They all just kind of like, fuck Iowa. There's nothing to do. I'm moving back to Minnesota, and I'm gonna go to school in Minnesota.
I mean, I kind of moved from Iowa to Minnesota, so I definitely understand that progression. And the reason I moved here was because of the same thing. A lot of my friends were like, fuck this, I'm moving to Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then they did. And I was like, I should go to Minnesota.
It's
Well,
like,
welcome.
Thank
yes,
you.
welcome.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
Thank
please,
you
please.
so much. This is like so
Donuts.
fucking cool.
Yes.
You were like, I remember in your email, you were like, if you don't smoke, we also have like THC tea, you know, or brownies. And I was like, this is the most accommodating like stoner I've ever met.
Dude, we take stoners to a whole nother level.
I've never like been given that many options before.
Like, I would just want people to be welcome and comfortable, and like, I get it. Most real shows have green rooms.
No.
What's a real show? You know, this is
Like-
a real show.
I'm trying to be as professional as
Yeah.
possible.
I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, well, so we want to make like a good impression because we want people to come on our show, you know.
And
Well, you guys are doing a great job.
yeah,
Good impression established to me.
So, what was kind of like your group of friends in high school? Like, who did you typically
My
hang
group
out
of friends in high school?
yeah. What was your clique?
with? Like,
Damn.
clique?
I was definitely not a member of any clique. Well, I guess
That's even better.
I guess I was, but it was like the tight-knit outcasts.
Oh, okay.
So I would never call us a clique, but it was more like I was like so awkward and like anxious all the time as a high schooler, and like I ended up just becoming like really, really close friends with this group of kind of like dorky but amazing like anime and artist people that I also felt like I was a part of, and we all were like super creative all the time.
I feel like we are kindred souls,
And
my
like,
friend.
Yes, definitely. That's
Yeah.
super cool.
like and we're all just kind of watching each other become just real art. We always were real artists, obviously, but like we're kind of like watching each other kind of like as our careers are progressing now, and
Yeah.
it's really fucking cool to
That's-
see like
yeah.
all of my like close high school friends that I love, just watching them like be awesome artists.
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck yeah, like
Yeah.
your art is so
See,
good.
I'm glad you feel that way, because I
Yeah.
feel that way about a lot of my friends.
Yeah.
And I feel so weird about it sometimes. It's like, I'm trying to get some of my friends from high school in, but some are so fucking busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I would love to get,
No, it's.
That's the other thing. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm in a different state now, obviously, but it's like super hard for me to meet up with my high school friends.
yeah.
Because we're all like really busy doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, we're just. Like, for me, I'm just working all the fucking
Oh
time.
my god, yeah. Having a job is the most like counterproductive thing to
I
me.
know. I
wish it wasn't like
ugh.
tied to money.
That's the thing that I hate about it too. Like me and him were like
Capitalism is
talking.
really stupid.
Well, cause like the main thing, it's like for example, I'm gonna kind of like segue a little bit into politics. You know the whole Andrew Yang thing about he's like, I want to do like a dividend where you get $1,000 a month,
Yeah,
no
universal
strings
basic
attached,
income.
and you do with it as you want. It's like that would help so many artists.
Well, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
being able to like, then they could go from like
Well,
full time
not
to
just
part time,
just
and then
that.
like use the money to supplement it. Like that would help so many people.
Universal income will just help everyone with
Like if you're an artist or not,
starting your own business.
Yeah.
There would be like upward mobility isn't a thing how it used to be,
Yeah.
but this will help people become more upwardly mobile and higher in the tax bracket.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, higher the tax bracket you get, your politics kind of start to change.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
But that's why.
But if it's like we have the power to do that,
Great
you
morning.
know,
it's
so
why
why
I'm
not?
a centrist.
We do. I mean, and that's the thing. I feel like a lot of like our pop culture right now is being like hindered because of it, and that's why I get all these reboots and sequels and all that shit.
I am
Like,
They
so
remade The
sick of
Grudge.
I
Why?
know.
Why did they remake The Grudge?
I don't know.
It already had a remake.
And it had a Japanese version. Like
Yeah,
I don't
that was the
understand it.
yeah. Like,
No. Here's the fucked up thing about The Grudge. It didn't. It had.
It was originally a Japanese
No.
movie.
It had a remake. It had an American remake, and then it had 2 sequels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like The Grudge 2, The Grudge 3.
And I think they're making maybe 4. I don't know. It's the way that they milk these horror movies. It's like my last apartment when I was in St. Louis Park. It was like we had this parking garage, and people just throw all their stuff out when they're moving. And I got a box full of like all these horrible horror movie DVDs, and it's like Wrong Turn 6.
Oh my god.
Vacancy
Wrong
3.
Turns.
It's like Rosemary
I didn't
Baby
even know that it
5.
had
Yeah.
sex.
It's just like all these like.
Now it's in space or like something.
I think Jason X was one of them.
Jason X was in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's-
Isn't there like Leprechaun 5 in space or something?
I
There-
think that was in the
there's-
hood.
Okay.
There's that one too.
Yeah.
Okay, so no,
But
the
that-
Leprechaun in the Hood spin-off franchise is 4 movies by itself.
Really?
Just,
Really?
Just in the Hood. We've got 4.
I did not know
I
that.
think there's like main franchise is maybe like 5 or 6 plus a reboot.
Oh man.
So there's a Leprechaun Back to the Hood 7 or something?
No, there's 1 through 4.
1 through 4.
1 through 4,
Oh my
and then you have all these other. I
Could
think
George Orwell have predicted Leprechaun Back to the Hood
I don't know.
1 through 4?
Like, but like, I feel like that's like this economy. Like, a lot of these people who want to devote, you know, their creative time to try to make, you know, stuff for people to share with. You know, I just feel like at times that's how the economy is just really hindering them. You know, us.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well, one of the things I've definitely been noticing with this constant like sequel trend, not the reboot but sequel trend, is like some people don't really care. It's like cause How High, everyone remembers the classic Red and Meth stoner comedy How High from, what was it, 2002 or some shit?
Yeah, 2002.
I gotta be honest, I have no idea what that movie is.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
It's like a stoner. You have
Stoner
to
classic?
stoner classic. Yeah, it's a stoner classic movie.
It's like,
It's like Big Lebowski level?
bigger,
Bigger.
more
Bigger.
stoner community.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
shit.
this is like the granddaddy of them essentially.
What are we listening to right now?
This is Chill Hill Hop Year Mix 2019.
I know.
Alright, sorry. Continue.
This
I had to know.
How High? What was that one about again?
How High is about Redman and Method Man. So
And like his friend dies, right?
yeah. His
yeah.
friend dies, gets hit by a bus, and they cremate him, and he
Uses him to grow a plant.
Yes, he grows his weed plant, and he smokes a weed, and his friend
comes
gives him
back
the
with
answers to the.
Are Redman and Method
SATs.
Man like playing as themselves?
No,
No,
no.
they're playing characters.
They're
Okay.
playing characters.
But they're like, but as themselves.
Like for a second I thought this was like a memoir or
No,
something,
no.
and then you said that, and I was like,
No, no.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever they smoke it, their friend comes back and goes for it and gives them the answer to like this really
the
big
SAT test.
Yeah.
So they
then
get
into
perfect
Harvard.
scores on the SAT, and they go to Harvard. And is Red and Method Man at Harvard? Redman joins the crew team
Yeah.
rowing.
And like one of them like
Method Man
Finds
starts dating
a-
the dean's daughter.
a truth serum with
Oh yeah.
Does the
Weed.
ghost friend still?
yeah
The ghost
the
friend helps him out.
All-
It's like
What the?
It's an awesome movie.
You guys are fucking with me. Right?
No,
This isn't
no.
real, right?
No, okay. So I mentioned
I
how
don't know how I don't know about this
It's
movie.
because
I'm surprised.
it's just now getting a sequel. The end of 2019, it got a sequel.
Really?
But it has Little Yachty
Is it
and
called This High?
How High 2. It's okay. It's dumb, but it's dumb, but it's mildly enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the original.
Yeah.
There's a few cameos from the original,
I gotta watch it.
but yeah.
Because I really liked the original because it was just like it combined like the college frat movie and weed culture.
Yeah, I mean,
And it like made it was really good. It was kind of fun to
it's
see
super
it.
fun, especially with
It was refreshing not to see like them drinking alcohol. It was like oh they're getting high like
yeah. At
you
some
know?
point, they start smoking founding father Ben Franklin.
his bong. They
smoke his remains.
They don't smoke his remains.
They okay.
She finds the bong
No,
and they smoke his
Yes,
bong.
yes, they smoke the bone, but they dig up remains
Oh,
of
really?
presidents. They dig
So
up-
when you in this universe, when you smoke the remains of a dead person,
They
come
their
back
ghost
comes back.
and like helps you with stuff.
Yeah, or they appear.
yeah.
Okay, they just were like, "Hello,
Yeah.
you smoked my remains. Here I am."
Which is kind of messed up because there's a story just end of last year of this girl of these kids. She was arrested at a school because apparently she had baked her grandmother's ashes in the cookies,
What?
and these kids all voluntarily ate these ashes cookies.
Why did she do that?
I feel like they were like weird Wiccas or pagan kids, like very young experimental.
Ooh.
That's like really weird.
Did her parents not know she did
I
that?
don't know, but it was
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm thinking. It's like how would the parents react?
She was like,
that's-
"Oh, you're just making random cookies for no reason? That's sweet of you." She was like, "Yeah, they definitely don't have grandmom's ashes in them, so don't even ask. Why would you?" That's fucked up.
How do you feel about Keanu Reeves movies?
Keanu Reeves movies.
Yeah.
I don't care. I know that everybody loves Keanu Reeves, and that's like a meme.
I'm really excited for Cyberpunk.
Well,
Some
no,
video
Matrix
game
4
thing
is
gonna be
coming,
that.
and John Wick 4.
The Matrix 4's
Yeah.
coming?
Yes.
With Keanu Reeves in it?
Yep.
Isn't he dead?
I
No,
mean-
not the actor.
Yeah.
But is it Neo dead?
I'm not quite sure.
He died.
Because he's in it, but I don't know if it's going to be a soft reboot or a hard reboot. But
Well, it better be a hard reboot. No.
but John Wick 4, they're both coming.
I gotta be honest. I don't understand why everyone loves John Wick.
I like the first one a lot.
I like the first one because he did it for the dog.
He did it for his dog,
That's
and
what
that-
everyone says.
That's what I
It's
like. It's like he did it for the dog.
he's
his
a very good
ex-wife
dog.
just died.
His ex-wife just died, and then his dog gets killed. And he's like, "Fuck it, you know what?" And
You
we're
know
like,
what? I'm
But-
John Wick.
But this is May 21st, 2021.
I'm surprised there's like I like John Wick. Don't get me wrong, but I was hoping for more Atomic Blonde sequels if they're gonna go that route.
Atomic Blonde.
I fucking love that movie.
I don't know. I feel like Scarlett Johansson movies, action movies.
I didn't
Are
see
just-
it.
She's not okay. First off, it's Charlize Theron, not fucking Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Mizu. Those are different people.
Whatever.
I gotta be honest. I
Regardless,
did not see that one.
Female
I
action
recommend it.
movies are just placeholders for a Black Widow solo movie, which is coming way too fucking late.
When is that coming?
That's like in a couple years, I think.
No, Black Widow is coming this year.
Oh, is it this year?
It's this
Yeah,
year.
that took a while. A
But-
solo
That's
Black
because
Widow.
the guy who ran Marvel's like really sexist and doesn't think that girl
Well,
shit sells.
Yeah.
Avi Award of Marvel is very sexist. I can't stand fucking Avi Award when it comes to toys and shit because while he did bring us most of the Marvel's animation cartoons in the 90s, like he is very adamant against girls don't play with action figures, so I'm not gonna
Really?
make dolls of female superheroes. And I think that is so dumb and backwards.
Yeah,
it's
it's
why
like so
Teen Titans
old.
was canceled.
Is he like 103 years old or something? That's like such a stupid thing.
It's
to
like
think.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It's the thing is, it's like girls like the same shit that boys do.
Yeah.
And we've all grown up on video games at this point.
Exactly.
At
So
this
it's
point, like,
It's
come on.
like we've all grown up with the same shit.
It's clear that, gender
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
So what's a difficult problem you've had to solve?
What's a difficult problem? Is this like a job interview?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What is a
That's not
difficult problem? I'm like in job interview mode after thinking like how this is like secretly a strength or something.
good. No, this
One
is
time I cared too much about my job and I got here 5 hours early. It was a huge drag. Anyway, you should hire me.
Yeah, no, this is just a fun stoner podcast.
Oh man.
I'm glad
We ask fun questions like, "What's a problem you had to solve?" What a fun question to ask.
So I mean,
Do you mean like just in general?
Just in general, just like
What's a fun problem I had to solve? Let me think.
or difficult, fun, like
I mean, like, I don't know.
Oh, did you say fun or difficult?
yeah,
Is it difficult?
it's either or.
It has to be a difficult problem.
Like just something.
Math problems were always really difficult for me.
I'm not great at math
Yeah, I
either.
know. Math's terrible.
It depends on the math.
I'm decent at geometry.
When it comes to money, I'm really good.
money, I'm
Whoa! That was a baller line right there. Is that on the mixtape? When it comes to money.
So how long has your band, like, and you guys been performing together?
It's been less than a year. Our
Less than a year?
our first show was last March
Oh, cool.
at Moto Eye.
Oh, really?
That's kind of the vibe I've been getting.
Moto Eye is really cool.
Yeah.
They've really grown in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
my
they were like
sisters-
the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My sister's always going to shows there. She loves it. I interrupted you though.
Go ahead.
No, that's okay. I was gonna say it's like the hub
Yeah.
of like the open mic scene. I mean, I started going there like right when I moved here,
Yeah.
and I met so many people, including the Scandalips and Excelsior. Like, I met so many fucking people just by going to Moto Eye every week.
Yeah.
Like, everybody goes there.
No, like, before I left for Oregon, like, it was really, like, becoming this, like, big centerpiece in Uptown. And it was interesting, especially, like, but that was before they started building all those stupid condominiums.
Oh,
Everywhere.
yeah.
I do miss what's the cowboy bar in Uptown? I can't remember the name.
I miss
but
Theater Garage.
I miss
Sucks they
the.
tore it down.
There was this cowboy bar, and I used to love going to Drunk Thursdays, like line dancing, with my white friends in Uptown.
R.I.P.
Like,
I feel like I came in the midst of the condo era.
Well,
like,
it
there
was-
were condos there when I moved here.
Well, they were starting to build them up a bit because we got the thing for the fucking Super Bowl. And then when they're like, oh no,
yeah, once we got
we're
that
too
big.
small of a city to accommodate so many people coming in to see it, we're going to have to build a lot of hotels, which then we convert to condominiums afterward to try to appeal to the travelers that come in because of the airport.
Yeah, I moved to St. Louis Park for 2 years, and I hardly ever went downtown. And I went downtown like right before the Star Wars Force Awakens came out,
Okay.
and I got lost.
Yeah, it was just seemed totally different with all the new
The
stuff.
skyline was just so unrecognizable in buildings, and there was just so many new buildings and so much weird shit.
Yeah.
I actually had to pay attention to street signs. It's like,
Yeah, like I moved here like 2 years ago, so like that's my
Yeah.
like, baseline from the
Well,
city.
it just looks so awkward because they originally made the skyline to make sure everything complements each other. So when they get, like, our building process is a little bit more rigorous because they have to look at the shape to make sure that it all looks in a nice heartbeat line, essentially. That's why when you
That's
see it,
cool.
it does that. So it's like,
I didn't know that.
yeah, so now it just looks weird.
This is such a cool beat. It's
Yeah.
distracting me.
But that's really cool. And then how would you describe the style of your music? Like, is it more alternative rock or?
There's definitely alternative rock. I mean, indie rock. There's like a lot of synth kind of stuff coming in too.
Yeah.
I would say like synth rock would be like how
Yeah,
I would describe
I've
it.
kind of gotten that vibe from the stuff that I've listened, and it.
Because I don't really think we're like synth pop per se. I think
Yeah.
synth pop has a certain kind of flavor that
Yeah.
isn't really our flavor. But and also like St. Cloud, which is the album that's like on Spotify, doesn't really sound like how we sound live, which is another kind of interesting aspect to this because I like met my band after I released St. Cloud.
Okay.
So I wrote all those songs. That's like all solo kind of composed with like Jacob producing it. But like,
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
yeah, but like now that I like have played with these guys for almost a year, I mean, our sound is a little bit different now. It's a lot like punker. It's
Yeah.
still not like punk, but like it's definitely like got a more of like a punky kind of crusty type sound.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it.
Yeah, a lot more like just electric guitar and like less focused on synths.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for like the new stuff that we're about to put out. I think it's a more kind of honest reflection of like how we sound live right now.
Nice. I'm excited.
I know, I'm so fucking excited. It's gonna be a 5-song EP.
Oh, nice.
And it's super short, but it's like direct, and it's just like how we sound live now. I
Okay.
feel like St. Cloud is very like, it's, you know, it's got the synths going on, and it's more subtle, I guess, and it's like slower. And this is like not really that anymore, where it's more of like a louder, kind of like more, I don't know, I guess upbeat,
Yeah.
kind of rockier release. So I'm super excited for people to hear.
That's really cool. And is that going to be on your Spotify then?
Yeah,
as
it's
well?
gonna be everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere. Always.
That's dope.
Yeah.
that's
We're not.
really
I'm not sure
cool.
when yet.
Okay.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I'll stay posted.
hell
Oh, yeah,
hell
definitely.
We'll let you. We will definitely let you know.
Yeah.
We're gonna let everybody know.
That's really cool.
But yeah, we're really excited to release this because like a lot of the songs on St. Cloud kind of changed dramatically based on our new kind of performance style.
Yeah.
Space Cadet is still pretty much Space Cadet.
Yeah.
Because that is kind of just like, you know, like electric guitar and rocking.
I
It's a lot
love that
faster.
song so much.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
No, when Alex introduced, because unfortunately I missed the networking event that he went to because I had work that night, and so I hope to go the next one that's coming up. And when he's like, yeah, Space Cadet, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds like a great song.
I'm gonna like that
I'm
one.
gonna like that one.
Yeah, that's one of the titles that like comes to you and you're like, oh, that's a nice title.
Yeah.
Yeah, people really like that song, which is fun. I mean, it definitely felt like it needed to be the first song,
Yeah.
just because it's so like, here we go, just like super rock song. But now it's like live, it's like even faster. I mean, that's one of our like, you know, real bangers on the set now.
Nice.
Yeah. And we kind of wrote more songs kind of in that style and less of like kind of the slower songs on St. Cloud. Like this would be more of like taking Space Cadet's sound and like turning it up a lot more and just making like 5 songs with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. I don't know. I want to get back into music, but I can't write music for myself. It's like it's weird because when I was in bands, I wrote everything by committee.
Okay. It's
And
more like collaborative.
yeah, and as a MC, I can't write in my own voice. Everything I write sounds like someone else. It's like, I don't think I've told you, but I was shot.
What?
December 15, 2017, I was shot. And after I was shot, I wrote probably like 20 of the best songs I wrote in like,
I mean, I bet.
Years.
Like, something like that.
but it was angry and it wasn't my voice. It just didn't sound natural when I tried recording it. And it was just like, that notebook I just threw somewhere in my room.
Really?
And I was just like, it was, and
That's so, I mean, yeah, something like that must bring out like a different side to you that
Yeah.
you never really access.
and it's like, it's probably the album that I probably needed to like actually get big, but it's not the album I wanted to release because wasn't really wanted to be in that headspace of looking for revenge, trying to kill these people who wronged me.
Because then you have to like commit to saying those
Yeah.
words all the time. That's the thing about a song. It's like
Yeah.
you use it to capture an emotion, but then if you're like performing it, you have to like go back to that emotion
And
a lot.
I couldn't live in that trauma because
For sure.
keeping it 100, if I had kept living in that headspace, I probably would have killed myself.
I mean, it sounds
I got
super
myself
intense.
killed.
Yeah. Like,
But I had to get help, see a therapist, see a psychiatrist.
kudos to you for getting help through that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, some
Yes.
people don't, you know? Like,
Yeah, some people
it's
live in
tough,
it, but
yeah.
if I had lived it, I probably could have a great album. But that said, I would love to be on Drake's OVO Factory.
Drake's such a creep.
Drake is a huge creep. I'm sorry.
I mean, just in general, I'd love to be a ghostwriter.
Well, that's but
Not Drake though. You know?
Not Drake specifically.
Yeah, because he's such a creep.
Be a ghostwriter for like someone else.
Like Chance or
For
something.
Chance, yeah.
Yeah, Chance.
He needs a win.
He's
now,
respectable.
He needs a win.
He needs a win.
Yes, he needs a
He
win.
needs a win. And you can give him that win.
I don't think I can write good music for Chance.
What if you gave Chance the Anger album? And everyone was like, whoa, Chance is like super aggressive now. His last album was like, this is the best day of my life. And this next album was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, you know? Like, that'd be crazy.
Oh, wow.
Just a thought, you know.
Just a
I don't know.
thought,
I'm new to the business myself, so maybe I don't have the best advice.
But
what were we even like? What was the what was the question?
I don't know.
We
sorry.
just got a lot of mileage out of that one.
yes, we did.
Well, I mean, the thing that's what I always like about music is, in general, especially when it comes to artists that are like coming and creating their voices, especially when they meet people and collaborate. Do you ever find do you ever have like a specific message that you hope people get from like St. Cloud and then the next EP is coming up? Like, is there any specific
That's a really, really good question.
thing you want to represent? You're like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good question because we've kind of, and I guess I don't know. Let me think of how I'm going to say it. Okay, so like kind of leading up to now, all of my songs, including like before Admiral Fox, when I was just Dan DeMarco, just recorded, like releasing music under my own name, which is way back in the day. Like every song was more or less just like autobiographical. Yeah. And I was not like as concerned about like a message because it was more just like I'm singing about something that happened to me and that's it, And they tended to be sad, it was like white guy with an acoustic guitar type sad, teary music, But kind of like nowadays in like fucking 2020 or just 2020. That's gonna be hard to say for a whole year. But yeah, like in 2020, yeah, we're definitely getting a little more political. I think a lot of these new songs that I keep mentioning, they're like super political.
Well, it's kind of hard not to get political in this current climate.
Yeah.
I almost feel like if you're not making political art right now, it's like you're avoiding making political art.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing that irritates me at times because it's like we're in a political time right now, so people should not get butthurt if people get political.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna put it as part of what you want to put it, you have to do it,
And it's like nowadays, like there's nothing more like. It's still, I'm writing personal songs. I mean, these things are personally affecting me. It's just more like of a political bent, which is, I think, is more interesting than listening about like ex-girlfriends or something, like who cares about that?
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to get too repetitive, you people always want to like...
Do it?
Yeah. You want to hit it again?
Yeah, sure.
Because like people don't... It's always good to have like the basic themes, but to be unique is to talk about what's going on.
Thank you. Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
I just completely
I had
forgot
bong
what I said.
anxiety. I was like, I better do this shit right. I'm these people's guest.
Oh, don't worry.
Well, with this hookah, all you have to do is pull.
Okay, great. I know how to do that.
Yep.
Perfect.
No.
I'm like burying all of my stoner secrets. I don't know about too high or whatever, how high. I don't know how to use a bong. Like the worst stoner ever.
Oh, no worries. But before I met him, I was very much like not.
You're still a baby stoner.
I'm not a baby stoner. Oh, stop it.
You're not huge yet.
Well, okay, first of all, let's not gatekeep getting stoned, okay? Marijuana is not meant to be like a gatekeepy type, well, you just started, so you don't really know.
Exactly, thank you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm such a dick.
Yeah.
It's just like
yeah, Mizu.
It's like I'm sorry. I've been in middle school. I had a psych coke habit.
Whoa. Yeah, I remember that. You told me.
I started selling I started hustling in general, just selling like school supplies, like undercutting the school store in like the 5th grade, 4th grade.
Wow.
It's like I've always. It was like recess. Remember recess?
Yes.
I was
Remember
hustler
recess?
kid. I was hustler kid.
Yes, I don't remember that
Remember
time period.
but like that's such a sad question. Remember recess?
Remember that show Recess?
I fucking love that show.
I was
yeah.
hustler kid.
Yes.
I thought you were just asking like, do you remember
No.
back when we had recess?
No, the
But
show
the show Recess is
I
awesome.
was hustler kid, and then I started selling weed, and then
Then
yeah,
I was looking for, and then we met.
but
You sold me edibles.
yeah, and like most of my sophomore and junior year, I was rowing X during class. I was a pretty big drug kid. Like
Yeah.
I would skip school on like 420 to go do acid at the falls with friends. So I'm happy that I've
Damn.
landed at.
Weed.
I guess
And-
I'm a
and
baby
pothead at
stoner
30.
too. I haven't done it.
But it's like I always hang out at parties with people at the stoner table and be talking and learning and getting knowledge passed on to me. So it's like it's been a sponge of 420 culture and lifestyle.
Wow. Just converging.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
It's-
why I built.
We
3
still shouldn't
businesses
gatekeep
around
drugs.
it. We should not gatekeep drugs.
No, should be legal. Legalized. And then.
I know I keep losing what we're talking about.
Sorry.
Do you have
Sorry.
any Do you have any big shows coming up? Like
Hell yeah, we got hella shows coming up. We
Yeah.
are going to be playing. Let me check. Let me get my calendar out.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking.
Like,
Hold
cause
on.
cause I know like winter's like the spring season's coming up. So I figured you might have had some shows and some showcases and stuff. So
for sure.
or like stuff. So I was curious. Cause the main thing is I have a friend Nanashi. Me and her love going to concerts, and so I definitely would love to see a show.
Hell yeah, come. You gotta come for sure. We'd love to have you. Our next show is next Wednesday, which is January 29th
Okay,
at Honey.
got it.
Then we're gonna do. Oh shit! Can I plug my friend's awesome house show?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Please? Hell yeah. Okay. Backyard is a magazine.
Okay.
Backyard zine. My good friend Ian runs it with my other good friend Walt, and it's a really awesome zine about like music and other art kind of going on locally. And they're having a house party to release the 2nd issue of Backyard
Nice.
next Friday. And you should come. Admiral Fox is going to play. A lot of other fucking awesome bands are going to play. There's a really cool light show that's going to be involved. Really cool visuals. And Backyard Zine is a really fucking cool zine.
that
so people
sounds-
should come out and check it out.
That sounds like
Really
that's
awesome.
up our alley.
Yeah, we'll definitely
Hell
plug
yeah.
it. We'll definitely plug it in the comments below. So if you are interested, we'll make sure to have that up. Definitely.
For sure.
Yes, yes.
We're like, just the house party scene here is
Yeah.
so fucking fun.
Yeah, it's. I remember when I was younger, uptown. I was such a townie. I'd be at Liquor Lyle's at the start, and I'd end up in another house somewhere in some stranger's yard.
Yeah.
At the end of it.
Shit. It's just like playing at a house show. It's
Yeah.
so much fun. I mean, like playing at venues is really cool too, and like bars. I feel like they're all kind of different and they're fun in different ways. But like a house show, you get this like unbridled kind of like fuck yeah energy that I
Yeah.
feel like people are like less kind of comfortable with like losing it at a
Yeah,
show
they're-
at like a venue in like
Yeah.
a public place.
They're more comfortable. It's more of
Yeah.
a familiar setting that lets them really enjoy it more.
Yeah, and it's like we're in a basement that doesn't have a sofa. You have to stand up, and it's kind
Yeah.
of cold, so
No, I
we're gonna
remember
move around a lot.
those were the
That-
best
yeah.
parties when people were like, yeah, they got a band. Let's go to the house
It's
3
so-
doors
Yeah,
down.
no.
Yeah.
That cold basement reminds you of shows at the Shit Biscuit back in the day.
Yes.
Like, I love basement shows at the Shit Biscuit.
I wish I could have gone to the Shit Biscuit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
So
was
fucking
just
cool.
crazy
Shit Biscuit
local
was a
punk
trip.
bands.
That was for sure.
A lot of my friends from high school and Satellites were in bands that performed there.
I think my first punk show was there actually. Was at Shit Biscuit.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I love that fucking house. I think the last show I went to, I fell asleep in my homie Travis's room on his couch. I got drunk before the show and passed out on his love seat.
Sounds like an awesome show.
It's a trip, dude.
It was the last show, and then there wasn't too many shows after that.
Yeah, I only went there like once the entire.
Neighbors really didn't like it, and people were very disrespectful of neighbors' lawns.
Oh, really?
It's like, yeah, it's in Minneapolis, but it's like 2 blocks off of Chicago, and like, like it's still a residential area.
Yeah.
What's been like your favorite like house party that you've played at? Like
favorite house party was, oh man, I just love the house parties that kind of like introduced me to one of my really good friends named Lucas.
Yeah.
Lucas Kermis holds fucking awesome house parties. And I met him at Moto Eye, and we're both like, you like Radiohead? Me too. And then we just like nerded out about all the music we liked and just became really good friends. And like his house shows were just like in his basement.
Nice.
And they were just like acoustic shows with like a sound system he had like rented from somebody else off of like DIT Minneapolis or whatever. And yeah, they were just really cool because Lucas would he would have house shows when he released a new song. But he wouldn't just have this song, and I'm saying this like he's dead or something. He still does. And he continues to. He doesn't just like release the song, but he'll have like a video that goes with it and a whole concept behind like the whole show behind it. And it's just so like thoughtful. But yeah, and I just met a lot of really cool people that I'm still like really good friends with through those shows. So I always associate those shows with like really good times. And performing there was a lot of fun too.
That's cool.
That was when I was still an acoustic baby.
That's dope. I miss acoustic shows.
Yeah,
I have an acoustic guitar, but I don't practice enough.
You gotta go to Moto Eye. I'll go with you. You know, I'll give you some moral support. It'll be fun. I'll play like right after you.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well, first I actually have to write some guitar songs. That's the thing. Is like. I haven't actually written any guitar bars at all in months, actually years. I haven't really written shit since high school when it comes to playing guitar.
Is it mostly like electronic stuff?
Well, yeah, I fell in love with DJing. My cousin Corey, rest in peace. He was a DJ, and he inspired 2 of my other cousins in Missouri are DJs. As well. We all learned from Corey, and so I learned back in the 90s doing wax. So it's like when I watched The Get Down on Netflix, I cried out of just memories of Corey. But yeah, just learning how to DJ with wax. And then in high school, I had an electric digital controller. One of those cheap $20 ones, but that one did me for years, and I upgraded, and the upgrade got stolen after a wedding.
No. I fucking hate that.
Fuck Madison, Wisconsin.
Who steals electronics? I mean, that shit's happened to me too. That's happening to a lot of people. Is getting like gears stolen.
Yeah, that's why like no matter what I have in my car, if it's like big and electric, I carry it with me. Even if it's inconveniencing others, I'm not leaving that shit in my car. But it's like,
what piece of trash is stealing people's gear?
Yeah,
it's not
fuck
fun.
That.
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't that they stole my gear; they stole the whole fucking van.
Yeah. Oh, I missed that. It was the van. Sorry.
They stole the whole.
Yeah.
Fucking
No,
van.
that really sucks. Obviously.
Like that's even worse.
Yeah, it's the whole van.
Like,
Oh my god.
I don't know why I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah, they stole the whole van, my gear included.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
That's the worst. That was in Madison?
That was
Wisconsin's just a weird state in general. Like I went to school there. I went to River Falls, and it's a weird state.
I just gotta let you know, Jacob is from Madison. So if we're gonna shit talk Matt, we can. I'm not from there, but
no, like
you know.
Look, I'm not gonna shit talk any cheese.
I like the
doesn't
cheese.
deserve it.
I like the cheese, and it was great to go on Sundays since they were, it's just a 15-minute drive across the border to go get beer or cider because they didn't have liquor sales here until like 2015.
Yeah, what's up with the liquor
No, we didn't have
laws?
liquor sales.
So Minnesota fun fact, we were the guys that helped draft Prohibition during the
Oh, thanks for that.
during the 20s. So we have a lot of blue book laws that we're now just trying to get out from under. However,
Yes.
though, we don't have we only have beer in the grocery store, wine and shits in liquor stores.
Right, yeah. I figured that out.
Yeah.
Say what you will about Iowa, but you can just get beer at a gas station there.
Well,
You know?
I mean,
You
you
can
get
get, like,
3-2. You get 3-2 at gas
yeah.
station. I don't drink beer anymore, but who the fuck wants 3-2?
No.
I don't know.
It's
It's
like,
the same with grocery stores. They have like shitty beer, but they won't give you like actual
Yeah.
beer you might enjoy.
Yeah.
no, and I don't know. That's one thing I did enjoy with my brief time in Oregon before I went down to Humboldt County. I did enjoy that. Oh, I can just go to the grocery store and get liquor. Oh,
Well, the
here's
hard
my
liquor,
ID.
the hard liquor was in a liquor store still, but like you could get wine in that, like the good beer, like the stout, like.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they have so many breweries in Oregon. You have no idea.
I
So
don't.
the beer section just is like a whole aisle,
That's awesome.
and I like their cider there. So I really liked Atlas cider, which is really delicious.
Cool.
And they were a local one, but like. I don't know. I like the legal weed. The weed was quite nice.
Yeah. I gotta go to Oregon.
We're I don't know. We're at the finish line. Like I've been working with Marcus Harkis and MN Normal and Legal Weed Now, or Legalized Weed Now.
Yeah.
I've been working with like 2-3 different organizations to help legalize it here, and what we're trying to do is something similar to Oregon and other states where. Yes, we can have dispensaries, but we want those most adversely affected by these prohibitions to have first rights at making money and be able to grow a decent amount of plants, somewhere between 3 and 6 plants per adult. So, I mean,
Yeah.
yes, we've been fighting. We're almost there. It's like every survey they do every year
Yeah.
becomes more and more in favor of marijuana.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of
It's a matter of
these
time.
old people dying off, and I hate to say that.
The dinosaurs.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I mean-
It's a matter of time for sure.
It's so dumb that marijuana is illegal. It is so dumb that there's so much homophobia and bigotry. It is so dumb that people are pro-life but against contraceptive. It's like I grew up Catholic myself.
Yeah.
And I am pro-life, so I only use condoms. I've never had unprotected sex until I started dating her.
Yeah.
And we were dating for like 2 years.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean,
you
but
can
we're
still,
also
like-
poly.
it's
so-
like,
I don't know.
I just,
What?
it's just
Or
a
you
matter,
think-
it's like, I don't want to have kids. And I don't trust everyone's IED or birth control. It's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
like-
it's good to use like more than one, you know,
yeah,
just
it's
to be
just,
super safe.
as a man, I do my part every time. It's like,
Yeah, with the condoms. Yeah.
I don't want kids. I don't want STDs because back when I was in high school, the rumor was North High School, 90% of their female population was burning. 80% of the student body population was burning.
Weird.
So it's just like you didn't really talk to North High girls.
Yeah, just like
and if you did, you use protection.
Anyways, let's just.
I totally lost it. Like I don't know
That
what
was a
you're talking
weird
about.
tangent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, and then do you have anything that inspires like the music you make? Like anything that you draw from when writing or
Sure.
composing?
That's another really interesting question. I mean, like, I still feel like my songs have to come from a personal place, I guess. I
Yeah.
mean, like, they have to, like, I experience something that happens where I'm like,
I mean, that's the best music.
yeah, like, I experienced something and that made me think of something else, and now these ideas are connected, and
Mhm.
that's, like, the lyrics to a song.
Got it.
But the thing is, it takes so much time for, like, the right lyrics to kind of, like, float into your head a lot of times.
Mhm.
And, like, sometimes a song can take, like, years to be, like, complete or, like, fully realize. And at that point, it's like, what inspired this song? And there's like 4 or 5 different like
And you don't even
points of
remember.
inspiration, you know.
No,
But I still know like the message behind the song and like the idea. Because the thing is, it's like a song doesn't. It's not just a bunch of words with music behind it. And I'm gonna sound real pretentious right now, but it's like it's like the idea behind the song or like the message behind the song is really important. And I think that a lot of times you have to be open to like multiple sources of inspiration that might not have come from the same place, but they're gonna layer and kind of gel together now to make the message behind the song super clear.
Okay.
And it's like less about like what's inspiring me and how can I like take this directly and make it a song, and it's more like how can I take what I'm feeling and apply it to a song idea I already had and make that stronger. And then like at that point it's like ready to be fit to be real, and I have to assault my friends' ears with my new song.
That's really cool though.
Yeah.
No, I dig it. It's
Yeah.
creativity.
Sorry for the
is-
long-winded answer
No,
to your
no,
question.
that was like,
that was great.
that was really interesting because you know I typically like when I ask that to people, it's like I just kind of want to know like if there's something that you know is like a theme or whatever. So it was a really interesting perspective, and so yeah.
Cool. Okay. I'm not just if I'm boring your ears off, you know, just let me know.
You're not boring us.
Okay.
No,
Cool.
You're great. This has been a really good interview.
Yeah.
I'm
You guys have some
fun.
interesting questions. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, yeah, I wasn't quite sure if it was going to be like you'd have like prepared questions or if it'd be like a conversation. You know what I
It's
mean?
a
So this
combination
is cool.
of
Yeah,
the two.
yeah. It's cool that we can like kind of go off the script and like just kind of talk.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of fun.
Well, because like we have like a sort of like a suggestion list, and then
Yeah.
if, for example, like if we go off on weird tangents, then it's like a way for us to like
Yeah.
to kind of get back on track again, because as every stoner knows, there's the tangent,
Yep.
and then you have to.
We've
get
already
back.
kind of experienced the
Yeah.
multiple, just like, wait a minute. What are we talking about? Yeah.
I mean, and
And
that's
that's
the
fun, though.
fun. It's
Yeah.
like my goal is with the podcast to be a cross between. I don't know if you know Hugh Hauser.
I don't.
He's a he passed away a couple years ago, but
Mm.
he was a journalist and he would interview people, and he was in California,
Okay.
and he'd do these interviews and he'd be like, that's amazing. You might know the memes of him,
No, I think I do.
but I want to be a cross between him and Doug Benson. I don't know if you know
I
Doug.
don't think I know him either.
He's a comedian. He has a podcast called Getting Doug with High. And
Have you
it's
seen the
just-
movie Super High Me, or heard of it?
No.
Super
No.
High Me or Chronic Con. Or
I
420.
like thought I was a stoner before I walked in here, and like apparently I don't know shit about being a stoner at all.
Well, How High Me is basically a kind of like a take on, so you know, Super Size Me, the whole guy eats McDonald's. And so he does that with weed.
Okay.
So for 30 days, he's off of weed. And then for 30 days, he just smokes it. All the time, every time, day or night, every hour.
Oh my God.
Sort of shit. And,
How did I not have that idea for a documentary?
Well,
He made a documentary about just getting super high.
super fucking
it's
stoned.
every
This
documentary,
motherfucker.
you know, Marty Sparlock, he did Super Size Me.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like every documentary that he does, he's just gonna do a weed
Weed.
rip
A weed-
off of it.
Oh my god.
And I want this kind of be a bit of cross between Doug Benson's podcast and Hugh Hauser's interviews.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun and just
Just chill.
chill
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
talk with people.
For
Because
sure.
everyone has a story to tell, and everyone has something that makes them an expert, something that they're really knowledgeable about, something they're really talented at, and I just want to share that.
That's cool.
I just want to share that and smoke
Yeah.
weed with people.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm so into that.
Yeah, pretty much. But, plus, like, we also like to, you know, promote Minnesota.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
Minnesota's a pretty dope state to live in.
It
It's
is.
like-
Yeah.
You know, I moved.
I'm
I
always
chose
at
to
war
live
with
here.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
But I love this state.
Because, I don't know, it's just, like, I've always kind of wanted, because of the fact we have such a great music indie scene here, just in general. And that's what I really like about it, is, like, a lot of people get surprised that, oh, like, I didn't realize that this is where Lizzo, 21 Pilots had their
Yeah.
start. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't see that, you know, there's this huge community of artists that are trying to make their start here, and it's like really cool to see that.
We've always had rich musical roots.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to, Prince was definitely one of the most recent, most popular, but we've got roots like Dylan, his bass tier.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. I still have yet to have a Dylan run-in. It's like
My mom, like, I think
28 years in this state, and I've yet to run into Dylan.
I think my mom knew his son, or like knew someone who knew his son, because I guess his son used to work at the Ordway Theater in St. Paul.
Oh, cool.
And she said that like Bob, like he would come in and he just would look like a hobo, like he was very slovenly dressed or whatever. And I'm like, okay, mom, whatever. Sometimes she'll say that, but she did see Prince in person once.
I've met Prince on the street. I've seen him in concert 2 times, and one was just a free concert he was doing at Lake Harriet.
Yeah, that one.
Back in the 90s. Like, I was a kid.
He used to do that a lot. He used to do impromptu concerts. So he would like go to First Avenue, and like First Avenue would be like, hell yeah, and like they would immediately set up the stage and just tell the band like, you're gonna have to wait like an hour so he can play. Like he just do shit like that in the cities.
Yeah, like, I miss him.
Yeah.
Because I saw him at his last tour at Target Center, 7707.
I've always wanted to see him in concert.
It was a good show. I was a little pissed that he was doing the celebrity thing, showing up late, doing the star thing and being late. And then I was able to go and see him at First Ave after we saw him at Target Center. And that was a much more intimate, deeper show. And he rocked in well longer than he should have. But he's Prince.
But yeah,
he's just running on Prince time. You know, it's not CP time. It's Prince time.
No, it's Prince's universe. Like, and we Minnesotans had to accommodate to that because he's the one that gave us the street cred.
That's right.
So like.
So yeah, I definitely miss him. Rest in peace.
But.
So yeah, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I know, that's a heavy stoner question.
These are like job interview questions, man. Did you get this from a job interview website?
I don't know. He's the one that like...
What are your greatest weaknesses?
I'm the one that like had the really good questions, so...
Yes!
I mean, it's a good question, you know? It's one that fills me with anxiety, but... I would love to be, you know... touring and making money off of being in Admiral Fox. You know what I mean? I would love to like not have to be working another job.
Yeah.
I would love to like have albums out that people enjoy and like have like lots of like fans and like able to like pay for things for my friends and things like that. I mean, I would love all of that shit, you know? I would love to have money. Having money would be great.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a great 5 years from now. I would love to just have money.
Yeah, we hope in 5 years too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have money from this within the year.
I hope so too.
This is gonna be the episode. This is gonna be the one. You're going viral tonight, or whenever you are. Whenever you drop.
We're gonna be putting it up as soon as possible. I think.
Yeah.
Because typically we premiere every Monday.
Every Monday.
Oh, okay.
And we were bi-monthly.
But
so
now
2 a month, but I'm trying to go to weekly.
Yeah, and then plus we're gonna be having Fap After Dark coming up now.
Nice.
And that one's gonna be on Pornhub. So if you are interested, you will be finally meeting my friend Betty Apollo, which is gonna be very interesting indeed.
Yeah,
That sounds really interesting.
Yes.
I love the name too. Like that's just Fap After Dark. That's perfect.
Yeah. It was.
It was really funny. You never saw it.
It was making the thumbnail for the first episode of the reboot that I did with her. Because there was another podcast that I called Fun Awkward, and I'm rebooted with a new co-host. And I
after all the reboot bashing we just had, you're rebooting your own podcast?
Yes!
Yeah,
yes.
Yes.
I know.
We're upfront sellouts, so
No,
we're all
that's-
good.
No,
That's
like,
good. Grab that cash.
I mean, we're shills.
Yeah.
Like, we're shills
It's
for
time
what
to just
we love.
admit it.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
if we love you, we'll talk about you.
Exactly.
I feel that
promote
I
you.
feel that way so much about like music, where it's like, man, it's so fucked up that Spotify doesn't pay their artists more. Fuck Spotify, they're totally extorting their artists. Meanwhile, I'm like throwing money at Spotify to have my album on Spotify.
Yeah.
Right,
And like Apple Music, it's like fuck Facebook, but I have to use Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're about to get our music on Spotify and a bunch of others.
Sweet.
Because right now the podcast is only on YouTube and Breaker, and yes, Breaker has a few thousand worldwide, and I have a lot of international views over there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Do you use SoundCloud at all?
Well, that's what we're gonna be doing soon.
Yeah, I have a SoundCloud. I've got all the music hostings.
Cool. Yeah. You got all the bases covered.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting things together, organized. But we're at it. We're only 11 episodes in.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, like, the only thing like right now is like the issue we're having is that we know people are watching us. We see the analytics.
Yeah.
We have a good like listeners. They don't leave comments though.
We don't
We
have a lot
want
of
comments.
engagement.
We're
Yeah.
trying to. We're like a
Engagement is really hard.
Yeah.
Have you tried like prompting a comment in the
yeah.
podcast? Yeah.
We'd be like, oh, let us know if you have any songs you want to put. We have a community tab. Check it out. We want like.
Yeah.
It's like pulling teeth with these people.
So whoever's listening to this right now, I know you're there, and I know you just felt called out by that. So if you want to leave a comment, literally all you gotta do is just like type hi and hit send, and it's gonna make so much difference. You understand? Just say
Yes.
like, hey, just the smallest amount. Or just be like, you suck, I hate this, whatever. Just comment it,
Yes, actually,
because comments are good.
I don't mind negative comments.
don't- we
don't mind negative comments.
means that you have eyes.
Yes.
Yes. If you
'Cause,
hate
like-
us, tell us why,
But the thing is, like, the analytics show, because YouTube will actually show, like, how long people watch it. And, like, we've been seeing from, like, the people that he does,
Well-
the list, like, a lot of them...
People will watch for like 10, 20 minutes, stop, come back for another 10,
20 minutes, and then,
stop,
like...
come back. Because I see I have multiple views, but they're from the same user.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like, okay.
That kind of makes sense. It's like a longer form.
Which
Yeah.
I'm totally cool with that.
That's perfectly fine, because we have, like... Because we go off on tangents. So it's
Yeah.
always a good way when we stop at tangents to pause, and you can go do something else and pick back up
Yeah,
with the podcast.
I think people tend to like do that to podcasts in
Yeah.
general, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially if it's like 90 minutes or something.
And I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I just want some engagement.
I know.
I'm here.
Engage.
I'm here.
I want to get engaged to you.
Oh,
All right, so leave a comment,
yes.
Please.
That seems like a good
I hope that
place.
works, guys. I really do.
Yeah. But we've got there's some artists I'm promoting from Meteor Base Productions. It's the Artist to Know playlist. They're all over that playlist because there's some other like local bands that I like that I talk to who are promoting, but most of them are Meteor Based artists, and they've littered the Purple Pride playlist.
Littered it. We just threw it on the ground, right next to a wastebasket.
They're intermixed with the Purple Pride
Like
podcast.
it's Minnesota.
Yes.
It's Minnesota. And there's some artists that blew up here who aren't from here, but they blew up here, so I'm claiming them.
That's fair.
And for those who are not familiar with Admiral Fox, please listen to their music. They are a great band.
Thank
Yes.
you.
In fact, we played them earlier in the podcast. So.
And we'll link the whole album at the bottom in the description. What else? I think that's about it.
Yeah, next week we are premiering FAP After Dark, so just giving a heads up. It will be on Pornhub though, so make sure you're 18 plus, because it is full on eroticism. Anyway.
Yes. And far as those comments, please keep the profanity down, because that affects us. If you cussing in your comments, that will look bad on us with YouTube.
Like, we don't really give a shit, but, like, yeah.
YouTube really cares. Bro.
Yes,
YouTube
they do.
really
They
cares.
really give a lot of shit
Like,
about it.
they
Yes.
give too many shits. But
Yeah.
until next time, I've been Mizu.
This is Aria.
This is Admiral Fox.
See you guys later.
Thank you.